we've gotten an unusual amount of rain lately. At least for the 3 or 4 years that we've lived here in Virginia, it's been very rainy the last couple of weeks, which I'm fine with because it's mid-June and it still hasn't broken 100 yet. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's been really quite pleasant. So I wanted to show you the garden and where we are, but you can see the garden is doing great. Tomatoes are coming in, things like that. I wanted to talk about one of the things, if you remember back when we planted some tomato cuttings. Sometime back we put them in a pot and said, okay, let's see how these grow. Well, if you recall, what we put in there were the sun leaves. And if you know anything about tomatoes, or even if you don't, the tomatoes have sun leaves, they have a main stem, they have the stems that grow the tomatoes. And so like for instance, this is a main stem, this is a sun leaf stem, and then this is the stem that grows the tomatoes, and this is the main stem again. And so as it goes up, it branches off. And in the case like this one, there could be a sucker stem that would go in between here, and it would come up in the middle, and that would be another branch that would allow it to grow more tomatoes. So I've been learning about those and how to trim them so I grow less leaves and more tomatoes. And as you can see, my tomato plants are trimmed way down, so I have plenty of leaves that can produce the photosynthesis and support the plant, but I don't have too many leaves that it's growing just leaves and no tomatoes. And I can't tell yet, but it seems like we have more tomatoes because they can focus more on growing tomatoes. Anyway, I learned how to trim them. So if you remember back, those ones that we planted were sun leaves. And we realized that they were sun leaves after we did the cuttings and all that, and we realized those aren't going to do anything. And so we took them out. And so I was out here doing some trimming, doing some pruning, and I pruned off what was a sucker plant, what was a sucker branch. And I thought, well, let me throw that one in the pot. So when I cut off this sucker plant that had some potential fruit on it and things like that, I stuck it in a pot, and now look what it's doing. It's starting to flower and fruit already. And this is only after a couple of days. So I got another tomato plant for free. That's really kind of cool. And I think we're going to get some more tomatoes off of it. So I might have to put a stake out here or whatnot, but there's a tomato plant from a pot. But look at these tomatoes. These are the first ones that showed up. And these are the big slicing tomatoes. And look at, and we've got some cherry tomatoes. We got some over there that are already starting to turn red, so we'll start to harvest those. And then of course the jalapenos down there. And I'm going to go ahead and harvest one of those today, maybe two, because they're just about right. So the chickens are doing well. They are growing. They actually look like chickens now. Hi chickies. Good morning. Chickies. So they talk to us every morning. It's funny. And then when we go in there, there's a couple of them that still like to be held. And so we'll pick them up and show them the net, and they know that they can't fly out. Probably we're going to trim their wings here pretty soon, just so they have one off balance so they can quit flying, because every once in a while they still like to do the little flight thing. And they would love to get out of this pen. Every time we open the gate, they kind of rush over to the gate like, are you going to let us out? So they have plenty of room in there, believe me, and they're comfortable. In fact, if you look at this morning, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's only 10 of them that are up out of the house this morning. That means 4 of them are still sitting in there, taking their time waking up. Which I think is kind of funny for chickens, because you always have this thing that chickens are up early risers, and maybe that's so when it comes to roosters, but I noticed that some of the chickens kind of like to sleep in a little bit. It's funny. We had to put some covers on our blueberries too, because looks like this is what the birds do to them. They clean them out and leave a hollow shell for the blueberries. And so we put these covers on them because the other day we were out here and there was a family of cardinals. The male was on the fence. There were 2 females down here and they were just chatting and chirping and having a good time. And they were picking off the blueberries and eating them and having a good time. And so as our blueberries start to ripen, we'll come out here and take off these covers each day and look at them. And then our grapes. Look at how well the grapes are doing. They love all this water. This is great. So very soon we'll come out here and put the net over the grapes as well so the birds can't get to them. Because last year we did that and we had a great harvest. As you remember, I just made jelly with some of the grapes that we harvested, or some of the grape juice from the grapes that we harvested out of there last year. So that was really good. And we still have a bunch of juice, and so I'd like to get more of those. Look at all the rain. I mean, it's filled the pool. My pool is almost overflowing. We have a skimmer over there, and it is up to the top. I've almost got it to where it doesn't put any sand or anything out in the morning. I still got a little bit left in there that I've got to get out, but the pool is looking really good. The birds love this feeder too. It keeps the squirrels out. As soon as they get on it, it blocks all of the food entrances. These leaves block the food entrances, but man, the birds, boy, they go through that food fast.